Hey everyone, and welcome to today's video. Today I am in my kitchen and I'm going to be making pumpkin cinnamon rolls. Emily and I have a friend coming over later this evening and she requested that I make them because she saw that I had made them a while back and loves pumpkin and cinnamon rolls, so I said yes. And I figured I could just, well, may as well just vlog me making them and kind of like a baking show, cooking video. I don't know. I've done them in the past and I really like to do them. So let's get started. This kitchen is a lot different than the kitchen that I had at my dad's house and it's not as easy to film in, so bear with me, but it should be good. I don't have a recipe in front of me either right now, but I got cream cheese for the frosting and powdered sugar, and I know we'll have butter and milk in the frosting, pumpkin in the cinnamon roll dough, and yeast, and then like flour and pumpkin spice and nutmeg and all that deliciousness that will go in it as well. But let's get started. I will go get the recipe so that way I know what I'm actually doing. I'm gonna get down low so you can see me. Okay, so for the dough I have this mixing bowl and I'm going to add 1.5 cups milk. So we have almond freeze almond milk, half a cup vegetable oil or butter. The recipe, the person who did this said that they used oil, so I'm going to use oil just to make sure that it works out good and doesn't get messed up. And a 1/3 cup of sugar, which I have in my little 1/3 cup measuring cup. So I'm going to add all of that in the bowl and then microwave it until it's warm. I believe it said until warm to the touch, and then you'll add the yeast. So I'm gonna do that now. Okay, whoa, this is like way, there we go. Okay, now that I have the yeast in the milk, oil, sugar mixture, I'm gonna let that sit for a minute, and yeah, and then I'm going to add the flour. So 4.5 cups all-purpose flour, 1 teaspoon pumpkin spice mix, half a teaspoon baking powder, a half teaspoon baking soda, and 1 teaspoon salt, and mix it all together and that will be the dough. I'm going to let this sit for maybe 1 to 2 minutes and then start adding that in, and yeah, then let the dough rise for like an hour and it should be good. I forgot to add that you also want to add 1 cup pumpkin puree, so I'm going to do that as well and mix it all together. Okay, now that the dough is done, it looks good and it smells amazing. I will probably have to add some more flour when I roll it out just because it seems kind of sticky, but I've got all the ingredients in. I'm going to cover it with a clean washcloth and let it rise for an hour. So right now it's almost 3 o'clock, so until almost 4, and then I'll clean up my mess that I've made so far. And yeah, make the filling. So I will check back to you when the kitchen is clean. Okay, so for the filling, we will need a half a cup or 1 stick of butter. It says melted or room temp. I kind of made it mostly melted, but a little bit unmelted. And then 3/4 cup regular sugar, so I brought that in here. And then 3/4 cup brown sugar, which I will get, and another teaspoon of pumpkin pie spice. So we'll put that in the bowl and mix it together. Okay, now that I'm done with the filling, this is also a good place to add, if you want to, some chopped pecans or walnuts or something, just to give it a little something extra. I do not have any of those in the house right now, and I did not buy any, so we're just going without it. But I'm going to set this aside and make the frosting or topping to go on top, and yeah, then wait until the dough is done rising to put it all together. Although obviously not the frosting, because that goes on after it's all baked. So yeah. Okay, so for the frosting, I'm going to add 4 ounces or 1 stick of room temp butter, 4 ounces or half a block of cream cheese, 2 cups powdered sugar, I believe. Let me check. Don't take my word for it quite yet. Yeah. 2 cups powdered sugar, 2 teaspoons of milk, and a half a teaspoon vanilla, and just mix it all together. As I said, I'm going to mix it all together in my KitchenAid. So let's do that. Okay, the frosting is done, and I'm going to stick it in the fridge until after the cinnamon rolls are done baking. And I still have a little bit of time while the dough is rising, so I'm gonna go work on some homework. I will see you when I'm rolling out the dough. Okay, so the dough is risen. It's a lot bigger. It could probably rise a little longer, but I'm kind of impatient to get them started because I'm gonna be doing something in a little bit. I want to get them baked before then. So I'm going to roll them out on my floured cookie sheet. Since these countertops aren't like actual countertops, I feel weird kind of rolling stuff out on them. So I always use this big, did I say baking sheet? Big giant cutting board. And I preheated the oven to 350 degrees. So we're going to roll these out and then put the filling in. Now that I've gotten the filling roll on, I'm going to roll it up and then use some floss to cut it. Floss works really good to cut the slices, so that's what I use when I make cinnamon rolls. are cut, I'm going to put them in this baking pan and then I will stick them in the oven for 15 to 20 minutes. And they should be good to go. Okay, so the cinnamon rolls are done baking and they smell and look delicious. I can't wait to eat them. But I'm going to put the frosting that I made on top of them. They've cooled off a little bit, so it shouldn't melt. But I don't want them completely cool because then it will make this, especially since it was in the fridge, harder to spread. So I'm going to top them. So I just sort of completely covered them with the frosting, so it's kind of hard to tell where each cinnamon roll is, but they will be delicious, I am sure. I hope so, at least, especially since I'm sharing them with a friend. Anyways, thank you for watching today's video. I hope you enjoyed it, and let me know if you make these as well and how they turn out. I'm pretty sure they're going to be delicious. So anyways, thank you for watching. Have a wonderful day. Bye.